Well, I see this about Nathaniel in the Bible, who's Bartholomew. Um, because he says, "Before Philip called you, when you were under the fig tree, I saw you." And then this right here is like, "Wow, you saw me? Like, how did you know that?" And it's crazy because this is the same way that God allows us to see today. And back then, Jesus was just like bringing it out for the first time. But this is what he left us with, the Holy Spirit. This is what he means by when he says, "You will have the same power to do these things." He left us with this, and the first time the disciples ever heard of it was like, wowed. Like, whoa, wow, he knows he is the Messiah, and the Messiah left us with this gift to be able to see, like, even before we walk up to a person. I know there's probably times like you see or you think something and then it happens. This is what the Lord left us with, this kind of thinking. It's like a prophetic thinking, a prophetic seeing, because we have the Spirit of God. Jumping over here to this book, when King Solomon, he was so discouraged in this throughout this book, like even having all the wisdom and everything you can want, he was so discouraged because he didn't have the Spirit of God yet to see all this amazing things that would happen. And he's like, I lived for nothing, like nothing will be remembered. But then he's in the very book to be remembered, the very book that's going to be forever. But how cool to go from this to this thick part to this, and Jesus is literally in the bloodline of Solomon, King Solomon. And he goes from this, like, he didn't even know. He was so bummed about life. He didn't even know that generations later would bring us this. That King Jesus would come on the scene. There goes all that. Then King Jesus comes on the scene. Royal bloodline coming from kings. It's crazy. And he's a true king. It wasn't some just out of nowhere planned birth from a virgin. No, it was in the actual kings, and then this man comes from a manger scene. This man comes like the lowest, but is born in the royal bloodline. And this is another part that I saw that I just love. In whom, so he's talking about Bartholomew. He's like, in whom is no deceit. Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom is no deceit. Like the Lord could just look at him and see that. And he also gives us that gift to look at somebody and see if deceit is in them.